Yes, people, welcome back to VVK Sports. Listen, they have squeezed all the juice. All the juice have been squeezed out that Gyokeres cow. There's no more juice to squeeze. There's no more reporting, no more anything. It's just haggling. Now, even Sky Sports is fed up with this shit. You think the Arsenal fans are fed up with it? Even Sky Sports are fed up with it. They just moved on to Eketike and Isak and came back and like, bro, they still haven't signed this man. Is Arsenal waiting to do like a triple announcement of Gyökeres and Eze and what's the other one? Madueke. They're waiting for this grand splash. Apparently now the holdup. Apparently now the holdup is add-ons over Coventry because they had a sell-on. Coventry, you know. So Coventry's tied into this. Sporting is tied into this from the championship. Only Arsenal, in it. Only Arsenal. Like Mr. Robo asked yesterday, and I put in his chat. Deadline day. Deadline day. And I think someone here said deadline. Alvin said it's deadline day. Aaron getting bigged up. Gyökeres still not signed. Still not signed, bro. Man, still not holding up the shirt. So much has happened. Now, people, if you see in the title, the Premier League kicks off in 28 days. In 28 days. Matter of fact, if you are Scants, big up to Scants. I see you, bro. If you are Scants, if you are Crystal Palace fan, we've had one in here a couple of times. You kick off your season in less than in 3 weeks. You kick off Community Shield. What? 9 August. So the season is not as far away as we think, people. They might not be in Singapore, playing against Milan, playing against Newcastle, playing against Tottenham in preseason. But the real season is not that damn far away as they would have you believe that we have time still to be haggling around signings. I've said it before many, many times. We need these men on the pitch. We get no advantage from waiting. We get no advantage. Right now, we are sitting around while Verse and Salah are on the pitch together. That scares me. Watch Liverpool announce Eketike before us. We get into all that. We go, you see, yeah, deadline day. That's when they're gonna admit deadline day. Andre, big up to you, bro. I swear, I don't want to get this name. I'm just gonna stick to Drake. But it's mad fancy though. I like it. Big up to Wahaha. Hey yo, good day to you in the chat. Big up, man. Big up to Brett. Brett, I'm gonna need Brett's predictions. When the transfer window wraps up, Brett's one of the men them who say it's Chelsea's league to win, he said. So, Brett with the hot take early. Big up to you, man. There goes Scans. Now, the Liverpool thing, we can touch on the Liverpool thing. Now, did Liverpool really want Isak? I mean, based on this quality, I'd suggest that they would. But on the podcast with Jordan Dredd, I was like, if Liverpool bid for Eketike, it's over. And that's what it seems to be. Maybe this was a chess move by Newcastle. Bid for Eketike. Let Liverpool know that Eketike, that Isak is not for sale. We're trying to play a 4-4-2, blah, blah, blah. And then Liverpool, once they realize they can't get Isak, will go bid for Eketike. And little bro, Newcastle. But we'll get into all that. Just have to big up these legends real quick. After the Gyökeres cow, they wanna drain Liverpool. Yeah, they're gonna. But I don't think the Eketike transfer will drag out. Liverpool, they move differently in it. They will have known that they can get the player, and the position that they find themselves in, it's hard for players to say no to Liverpool right now. Right about no. If Liverpool wants you, you go there. Yeah, I told you yesterday, August 30th. Yeah, you did, August 30th. Yeah, bro. I wouldn't put it past Arsenal Football Club to want to do end the transfer window. That's what I put in the thumbnail, isn't it? End the transfer window strong. So they'll drag it out, because people remember what happens last, right? Recency bias, right? Like whenever there's like a case or a trial, whoever gives their closing arguments last have an advantage. Because if your words are the last words the jury hears before they go deliberate, you have an advantage. So if you're a prosecutor and you want to lock this son bitch up, you want to go last. And if you are a defending attorney defending your client, you want to hammer home your point that this man or woman is innocent before they go deliberate. The Arsenal wants to be at the very end of the transfer window where they can announce all these men they've been linked with, all these contracts that should have been signed ages ago, and announce it late August as if they had a massive transfer window, while quietly Liverpool handled their business back in June. Chelsea handled their business back in June. City handled their business back in January and June. And we're going to haggle in August. Yeah? Yep. The Arsenal. That's what we do. The fans want to win. The fans have more standard than the clubs themselves. Some of the fans anyway. But we'll get into all that. 30 days until the Xerxes winner. Well, if they dare. That game has some drama written all over it. It's never cut and dry. It's never easy. Even the 2-0 at the Emirates set piece wasn't an easy game, so to speak. You know, they scored first at the Emirates, the FA Cup. Our center back had to go score the goals, and we got knocked out. They scored first at Old Trafford. Damn, David Raya giving Bruno half the damn goal to aim at. That game just has fuck you. Oh man, it just has drama written all over it. Big up to the God. Big up to the Godfrey. Big up to BBK legend and the community. Big up to Gavin, man. Gavin the legend. What a guy, man. What a guy. Mr. Consistency, is what I call Gavin. Mention Liverpool and I turn up. Hope all is good ever. LFC Monster is the Liverpool Candyman. Just slash some water on the mirror and say Candyman 3 times. And poof, here he comes. Here he comes. Liverpool, these men cannot wait for the season to start, can't you? Can't just wait for the season. I just know it. These damn Liverpool, man. I don't think I've seen Liverpool, man, this excited going into a season. They weren't this excited going into the season after they won the league in 2020 or after the Champions League. You know that. And I actually think that Liverpool team was better than this one. All right, LFC Monster, am I wrong? And I'm going to ask Mr. Batter than any other Liverpool fan, Scants, this question. If Scants, if you're still in here, and then when the men then pop in, seriously, do you think this Liverpool team was better than the Sade, the Mane, Firmino, and the Salah front three? I think that Liverpool team was better. Pound for pound. Is Trossard staying? I think Trossard goes, actually. He has to. I think Trossard values the World Cup thing very, very highly. Right? He's 30 or thereabouts. He's not going to get in the Belgian squad playing bit-part minutes for Arteta. I don't know if if the Turkish league is the best move for him, but I think Trossard moves on. I think he vacates that number 19 shirt, and I think Gyokeres puts it on. Whenever he signs, whenever the hell that is, whenever the hell that they decide that Gyokeres is a Arsenal player, when they're gonna haggle over who's gonna pay who with all these sell-on clauses. That's why it's taking so long. But this can't be. There is precedent for players being sold who's had release clauses before. Like, this can't be a new thing. Why Arsenal is just taking 10 damn business days to fax or to email a contract. It takes too long. And it's reminiscent of how we play football. Big up to R17 and you locked in. Big up to Godfrey. What's the hold up with them damn add-ons? Just agree to sporting demands and generate bare money anyway. Yeah, right now it's like they're deciding who pays who, what percentage goes to this, goes to that. It's a madness. Just at this point, how much is 20 to 20 goals worth if you're an Arsenal Football Club? You're gonna haggle over $5 million. And this guy needs to be on the training pitch because he can't train until he's an Arsenal player. That's my biggest concern, people, that while all this is going on, man is not on the pitch. Man is not on the pitch learning how to play with soccer. He is not in Spain. He's not in Singapore learning his teammates. He's not in London getting his apartment done, getting his family, his support structure, whoever he's bringing with him. He got kids. He got to get them in school. That stuff needs to be sorted so man can be on the pitch training. Do you see what we're competing against? Do you see what we're competing with this? Man said we move different. They do. Scans didn't even have to say this. What is understood don't need to be said. Liverpool moves completely differently. We move slow. We move like old people fuck. Slow. Big up to Brett as Arsenal would drag it out and pay over the top. That's what will happen. That's what will happen. And I think that's what will happen with the Eze deal. Because we're not going to be the only one in for Eze. Mark my words. I swear these Bayern links are real. And these are not unattractive clubs. You know, these are big name clubs who win trophies. These are not nearly people. Bayern, biggest club in Germany. Munich, big city. London, Munich. Not much in it. I actually prefer Munich. Spent loads of time in both. Actually, Munich is no joke. Same old Arsenal. And until, like, we actually thought that Bertha was going to have something to say about this, didn't we, Brett? That's why he came. He was the best available sporting director on the market. At least that's what I was told. Best available. And Arsenal fans were buzzing. When have Arsenal ever gone out and got the best available of anything? We just did that. We went and got Bertha. But it's the same old Arsenal. Both those things can't be true. At least you don't support United. United, yeah. So speaking of United, Mbuemo announcement. No one cares. I guarantee you that the Man United fans or the content creators that do Man United content are somewhere creating content right now about Arsenal. I don't know. Man United just doesn't move the needle anymore. They're just not interesting. Just not interesting. But the Premier League did him a solid. The Premier League gave him Arsenal on match day 1 or match week 1. You know, to get all eyes, and that game will be massively watched, massively supported all across the world. Big up to Geeks of Muckaby. Arsenal just want to slam that domino down so everyone else knows what's up. If we slammed the domino down, the player would have held the shirt by now, Geeks. You know, we're putting it down like gently so it won't make any noise. Like we don't want to wake the baby up. You know, just you slam that. Like, Jamaica, we play domino. So I know exactly what you mean when you say slam down the domino. Like we shake the table up. All the dominoes flip to the other side when I slam it. You know, and that's not even when I win the game. That's when I shut somebody up who was talking at the table. Still would prefer Isak at the club over Ekatike. Though Ekatike looks like a good young striker. I think Ekatike will thrive there at Liverpool. Like different strokes for different folks. I think he works there. I think Sesko would have worked at Liverpool, to be honest. Because there's no pressure on him to score 20-something goals. Like, you're going to Liverpool, you're going to add to what they've already built. Right? Like, most Arsenal fans that I consider sensible wanted Gyokeres over Sesko because we don't have time to ease someone in. It has to hit the ground running, and the lesser of the gamble says that Gyokeres is that guy over Sesko. Liverpool can take that risk because they have a damn golden boot winner, serial golden boot winner. You get goals. You scored 90-something goals last year. Liverpool scored goals. You don't need. I think if Sesko, even Ekatike goes to Liverpool and score 12 to 14 goals next year, calm, because you're gonna get 20 from Salah. I told people Arsenal ain't signing no Rodrygo. Yeah, I mean, that was a hope and a prayer, innit? Now that happened, that would have been a goosebump signing. That would have been a complete goosebump signing if Arteta had did the business. You know, like if we end up signing Rodrygo, then I'll apologize to Arteta and be like, okay, that's what you meant by goosebumps. That's what you meant. I can hear that. I just can't hear this. I just can't hear this. That Wake thing. Because even if we sign Rodrygo, you look at the transfer window as a whole, that damn Madueke signing kind of takes it off a little bit, because I still think he's a net negative. And I dead hope I'm wrong. I hope Madueke starts cooking. You know how Williams started out cooking in the first game against Fulham a couple years ago, and then went 35 games giving us nothing, absolutely nothing. So we can't even get gassed if he starts strong. Arsenal. Man said we'll end up signing Jamie Vardy. Nah, Jamie Vardy to United. Jamie Vardy to United to back up Jackson, Nico Jackson. Because if Brentford rebuffs this deal for Mbeumo, this last one, it's Jackson. 70 mil. Chelsea are doing a madness. Chelsea are doing some criminal shit talking about they want 100 million for Jackson. Now, if Man United offer, if Mbeumo deal doesn't go through, Man United offer Chelsea 70 million for for Jackson, they're taking that. I don't know how much they paid for him, but they're taking that because no one else in their right mind would bid for Jackson. Arsenal, you better not. You better not. If you think that graffiti and that vandalism or that hate that you got for Madueke, make a bid for Jackson and see if the fans don't burn the damn stadium down. Gyokeres and Eze are coming. I am backing my boys. Looking forward to the season. Going to be a tough one. I agree that it's going to be a tough one, and it should be. Winning the Premier League is not easy, nor should it be. And if it were, we wouldn't get so much joy out of winning it. I don't know how old most of the people are in the chat, but I'm old enough to see our team win the Premier League. It was a very long time ago, but my memory is still very sharp. Because in 2004, in May of 2004, when we won the league, I watched the team lift the trophy, and then I got on a C-17 and flew to Afghanistan. Those things you don't forget. Yeah? You don't forget those things. Young man, young chief, young tyrant. Watch that. I was 20 years old. Gigs. Gyokeres will be our last signing, says Darren. No Eze, no Rodrygo, no nobody. It's hard to rebuff this, Darren. It's very hard, bro. Like, seriously. It's hard to rebuff that. And this might be why they're dragging it out. Because if they PR it to the end of the transfer window, it would look like a big sign to the masses, to the happy clappers, the people who just say believe the club, just to believe the club. Put on a blindfold and just walk behind them. Let them walk us right off of a cliff. Like, these men will let Arsenal tell them to jump without a parachute. Yeah, your pants will guide you. Nah. Now, I'm hopeful for the Eze one. I think the Rodrygo one is definitely a no-no. No, I think that's a hope and a pipe dream. But those three names on the screen, Gyokeres, Eze, Rodrygo, then I'm happy. I would be very calm with that transfer window. I'd be very happy with that. Not gonna lie. We replace Partey with Zubi. We got cover at right back, good cover at left back, cover for Saliba, cover for Gabriel. I'm calm with that. But if we only get one, yeah, it's long. It's long. Then it's a top four shootout, isn't it? That's some heavy cope. That's some heavy cope. Gyokeres and Eze, I think we make top four easier. I don't think we win the league with just Gyokeres and Eze. We can, but what we're competing against have made more improvements and more additions. Will be a tough one. And if we are in match week 35 with a shot at the title, I'm calm. I am calm with it. I am absolutely calm with it. But yeah, Gyokeres, if it's just Gyokeres, long. It's long. People know what time it is. You know what time it is. I don't even have to. I just take one glance over to the screen, over to the top, and I already know what time it is. You already know.
Maybach music.
I think I'm Big Meech. Larry who?
Maybach.
On Flick World Series, our nigga sliding in a.
Maybach.
Every day I'm hustling.
Maybach music.
Follow me. I'm so sophisticated. To get a verse of me, you gotta.
Maybach music.
E-Ross is with us, people. E-Ross, the boss, the YouTube stream stopper, has entered the chat. Big up to E-Ross every single time for checking in. Man makes a stream turn into a party. Not many people on YouTube can do that, except for our fellow Arsenal fan, E-Ross. Izzy E-Ross in the building. Where was I before we were gladly interrupted by our brother, man like E-Ross? Arsenal will end up signing Jamie Vardy. Tough one. Yeah, I think I read those. Back in here. LFC Monster said, I was ready for the start of the season of signing words. Not been excited since I signed Torres. Yeah, man. I know Liverpool fans are just itching. Like, start the season now before any. Yeah. And then the bad news happened, innit? So Liverpool could use some more good news. And I think Isak would have been it. I think Ekitike is still calm. Arteta is never going to allow Eze signing, because Eze is that dude, isn't it? Eze is that needle mover. You get Gyokeres, you get Eze, all of a sudden the expectation rises a little bit, you know. So, hey, big up to the Waffle Don, my stream partner in crime. Tomorrow, people, the warm-up, we will be here to discuss all the gripes, complaints, and moans, and everything that's wrong with Arsenal, and the things that rights with Arsenal as well. Because we have got some things right, but we know what those are, and those haven't helped us to win the league. We have to take a couple steps forward. Words will flop at Liverpool, mark my words. Oh, LFC Monster. Shots fired. Shots fired at you, my bro. Words will flop at Liverpool. Is that Bundesliga tax, Brett? Bundesliga tax? Why you say that? I'm an Arsenal fan for over 35 years. I won trophies, but I'm not angry at them. Well, I was angry at the end of the 2024 season. I was angry at the end of last season. And I'll be even more than angry at the end of next season if we don't win anything, geeks. Like, I want to win so bad. And I'm not talking about just Premier League and champs. I want to win something so bad. Like, I'm desperate. I'm thirsty. Thirsty. I'm very angry at them. Because we regressed last year. Style of play, points tally, all that stuff. And if we don't stop that, we can't regress while the other teams are getting better. And the other teams are getting better while picking up trophies. That's a bigger concern. Like, if Chelsea was just improving their points tally, right, bolstering their squad, I'd be like, okay, we're still better than Chelsea, calm. But the fact that they are doing all that while winning trophies concerns me. Because if you play ball, you know what winning does to a group. People are quick to downplay the conference. Forget what the trophy is called. At the end, when you step on that podium and you get the medal and you touch the trophy, it motivates you. And motivated players are dangerous. And I'm concerned that after 3 years of second, and nothing else, I fear, on strong authority, I fear that Arteta may have lost his ability to motivate this bunch of players. The same way I think Klopp felt he couldn't motivate those bunch anymore. And a new voice comes in and bang. See how motivated they was. Rodrygo was a smokescreen, and it worked. It worked, didn't it? Because that smokescreen mixed with an imminent Gyokeres signing, talks, interested in, set sights on, in love with, linked to Eze, it kind of worked. Because 2 weeks ago, the Arsenal fan base, very, very happy. Even the negative ones, so to speak. We're doing stream after stream after stream, Glock 9 celebrations. I've seen Turkish. Supposedly more negative than me and Waffle and Views and all these, man. He was completely doing streams and putting Gyokeres celebration over his thumbnail. He was ready. I think Gyokeres is done. Medical tomorrow. So that means does medical tomorrow Announcement next Friday. So tomorrow is what, the 18th? So he'll be announced on the 25th, and he will join the team in Singapore on the 27th, and he won't play in the match against AC, and he won't play. It's just taking too long, man. Just taking too damn long. Gyokeres is rammed during all the media to sell those shirts when it was announced to be endless. Half time to film it first, our media department is like a scene from Zootopia. Slow, like molasses. Molasses. They just drag their feet with everything. The media lag behind the current state of things to milk the traffic and manipulate the Bertha markets. All money, money, money. I hear the money, money, money part because we're cooking there. We are cooking there. Big up to the assemble said, Blunderman, I don't care if Arteta, if the club's got to die. I don't care if the players got to die. The fan base don't count. I'm taking the blame for what I created. They've sacked everyone but me. I don't care if the club's got to die, you know. The club has to die. Fuck them. Club has to die. Big up to BX Gunner. I say, you're checking in. Hope everything is good, bruv. Tell us that you are well. Big up to Mr. Battered. Liverpool extraordinaire. Big up to the chat. By the making means we're not getting a left winger or Rodrygo. Before Madueke signed for the club, right? This was the only issue I've seen Arsenal fans so united on. University saying we don't want this. We do not want this. The Gooniverse, 80% says we do not want this. Get him away from our club. But then he signs and we have to accept it, right? We have to accept that Madueke is an Arsenal player. However, this is where the divide comes. Because the divide comes, it's literally split down the middle. Like if I were to do a poll right now, it would say some say he would start like 50-50. Some say he would start, some say he's a left winger, some say he's a backup for Saka. Because we can't say Arsenal is not going to sign a £50 million backup. Well, Havertz is a £65 million, 280K a week. He's about to be a backup because Gyokeres is starting. Gyokeres has to start. Gyokeres is the better striker. So unless Blunderman is going to tinker with our team and play Havertz still, Havertz is a £65 million backup, which dismisses the Madueke argument that he is not coming to be a backup because of his price tag. Madueke is our new left winger, guys. Our new left winger. That's our new left winger, people. As a left winger. Chelsea stats, all competitions. 7 starts, 0 goals, 0 assists. That's our new left winger. Our recruiting department needs to be shot if we're recruiting this to be our left winger. Come on now. We have to do better. You can't tell me that. I'd like to see Matoma stats. I'm sure it's better than that. I'm sure it's better than that. Eze not coming. There's also a smoke screen. Big up to Jason Guna. And is doing a marathon for the Women's Euros. You into the Women's Euros, people, you go over to Jason Guna and check him out. BF Gunner, my first child was born in 04. Mine too. Mine too. December 28, 2004. My first son was born. Yeah. But I didn't force him into the Gooniverse, you know. He's more of an NFL guy anyway. If Jackson ends up at Arsenal, Blunderman will sack him on the spot, then the pressure on the Kronk is to sell up. If I never promote a riot. I've seen those things turn pretty bad, but this would be, I'd be involved. I would be involved. E. Ross entered the chat, and you know what time it was. Godfrey said, I still believe we'll make a bid for Eze. So right now I'm hearing that we want to do installments for a release clause. I don't know if Palace accepts that. I don't know if Palace accepts that. Palace thinking we are going into Europe. If we're going to lose our best player, we need all that money up front so we can get 2-3 players for depth. Because we've seen Tuesday, Thursday, we've seen Thursday, Sunday hurt teams with bigger squads. Now they are in the conference, which may allow them to pay more academy players or lesser players, or different rotation. The competition in that league is, quite a drop off from the other two competitions. So I hear it, but you still losing your best player. You want to get your money up front in it, or a big chunk of it. Big up to all 28 of you locked in people. Make sure you are hitting the like button as you pop in and out the stream. Exciting though. I will be there to celebrate when we win. Celebration would be massive, geeks. Massive. But we start strong. We're there. We're right in the mix of things. Match week 35, win your games, and you win the league. That's what I'm here for. I don't want it to be match week 35, 36, and we need the sun, the moon, the stars to align, the sunny day, the wind can't blow this way. We need Liverpool to win or draw. We need Leeds to go to the Etihad and do this. No. Then we are already screwed. Don't want that. I need for match week 35, we do our business completely in our hands. Control your own destiny. If that doesn't happen, and we haven't been we aren't waiting on an FA Cup final, and we already haven't lifted the EFL Cup, or we're not in the Champions League anymore, then heads will drop. There is nothing they can tell us at that point. No more next season. No more next season. Imagine fast forwarding the clock 1 year later, and we're still sitting here saying it will be exciting, and we will. With the same coach, with the same manager. No. The players, we won't believe it. The players won't believe it. And once the players don't believe it, it is done. Big up to the assembly. Godfrey, that's why they need you to believe while they kill you, any hope out of you. But they can give us hope if they do the business now. Hold up the Glock now. Hold up the number 14, the number 10, the number 19 shirt, whichever you're going to wear. Hold that up now, and we move on to Eze. I would like for these men to be doing these deals concurrently. I mean, you're a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. You want to tell me that you can't walk and chew gum at the same time? Please, you got interns, business interns, walking in and out your office. You don't have to physically be in 4 or 5 places at the same time to get deals done. Like, what are we doing? If we get Eze, you got to play that BMF all the way through, bro. All the way through. Big up to BX. Big up to Dr. Seymour Bus, journeyman, proctologist. All the way through at least once. Damn, that's why a legend like E-Ross got an entire 30-second music montage up on entry. Yeah, man. E-Ross, the only one that does that. E-Ross is the only one that has the type of power. E-Ross has the type of power in this chat that Blunderman has at the club. He rules with an iron fist. They respect every time. E-Ross getting his love. Big up to him. The biggest thing we lacked was a striker. Our forward figures are improved with a forward that can finish. We have got to get we have got that with Gyokeres. Oh my God, can't get my words out today. Eze will cook with Saka. So let's get him. Let's quit haggling over the release clause and the payment plan. Let's get him. I wish we had gotten Eze as quick over the line as we did Madueke. That would have given us more hope. You can do the backdoor deal for Eze for Donny Madueke another time. You let him stay with Chelsea and finish his Club World Cup. Because he did contribute to that team winning the World Cup. But the way they just casted it, you live with Arsenal, going to sign for Arsenal, bye. We go play the final tomorrow without you. That tells me something. That tells me, one, they didn't rate him enough to give him anything on the final day should PSG give him a problem that he could have solved. And it tells me that someone in the Gooniverse at London Coney at the Emirates wanted this badly. So badly, we're about to pry him away from Chelsea before a final. Pick up everyone in the building, says Dr. Seymour Butts. I'm trying to catch up on the comments section. 1 second, people. Big up to LFC Monster again. Say, I'm calm over Isak. I was never expected to be a signing this summer, to be honest. I'm very happy with our signings so far, and especially if we bring in Rodrygo Gay on top of AKK. If Liverpool, you know what? That's a great point, because the links are there. The links are there with Liverpool and Rodrygo. But I'm hearing that Diaz is staying. I think if Diaz goes, I do believe these Rodrygo links get really loud. And the hell with Isaac, I think if you get Rodrygo, that is just as scary with another striker. Oh my days. Shit is crazy, says Dr. Seymour, but it's almost equivalent to the 96 Chicago Bulls announcing the lineup. Serious. Yeah, 96. Yeah. That lineup needed no announcement. Yeah, it's just Michael and them. Michael and them four. Who was in that lineup? And it was Rodman, Pippen, Luke Longley. I'm missing one. Was it BJ Armstrong? Who was their point? A little fuzzy there. Old man. The issue with winning something when you're in a position to do so. Arteta is squandering our chances and opportunities over the past 2 years. Enough is enough. We need something better. Now, there are people who actually think the window's closed, BX Gunner. Yeah, I'm not one of them. I still think this team is good enough to win something. This is why I'm upset at the manager. Not because I hate Arteta. Never met the man, don't care for him. But I do believe that this team is primed to win something. The input should match the output. Worst will ball out. Enjoy having not in that way on our left. We will not enjoy it. Chelsea didn't enjoy it. England didn't enjoy it. And we're meant to. Big up to Hendo. The latest straw to clutch in regards to the Gyokeres transfers that the furniture was seeing be removed from his house in Portugal. Oh my days. Yeah. Oh man, the furniture. Yeah, so he's fully an Arsenal player now. You know, he's going to London. Someone said he's in London. Doesn't mean he's signing for Arsenal. You know, Chelsea might kidnap him and put him in a hotel and give him 400 grand a week and say, sign here, even though we have an army of forwards. Nobody is signing Rodrygo until the last few weeks of the window. He wanted to stay at Madrid on holiday, then move if he has to. I actually think he stay at Madrid, geeks. I think he's going to stay at Madrid and then end up regretting when he sees in September, October that he's not getting minutes. And then he sees Rafinha cooking, left wing for Brazil, you know, or right wing for Brazil. Then he sees, Vinicius is playing. That's Carlo's guy. So those are the two wingers that he's competing with. And if he's going to beat any one of them out, he's probably not going to beat one of them out for starting role. But he has to compete for at least a squad place. Because I've seen Carlos start Martinelli over him. So he has to play minutes. Once the window shuts and he realizes he's not getting any minutes, then he'll push for a loan in January to try to get minutes to get into the squad. I honestly believe that. Mr. Batt, the LFC Monster. I was more confident of getting Isak than most because I didn't expect us to pivot so quick to Ekitike. Newcastle is in real trouble now because Brentford has accepted Man U bid for Mbeumo. But now Newcastle will be linked with Wissa. And to be fair, the Jordy Dredd and D-Man make a lot of noise. I hear it, but that's their level. I actually think a front line of Isak and Mbeumo and Gordon or Harvey Barnes would cook. That's their level. The Liverpool are out here little broing you because you are. You are a little bro to them. Now if it was a chess masterpiece, if Newcastle going for Ekitike to make Liverpool say, hey, you know what? We can pick up on Ekitike because we don't need him to come in and bang like Isak. And if we do sign Ekitike and he doesn't bang in 2 years, we'll come back for Isak. You know what I want? Edu out. Arteta out. Kroenke's out with the dog. Bro, the damn Nottingham Forest fans want Edu out of Forest already because he sold Elanga and they're about to lose MGW. That's a mad one. Why are you aiding on Edu? He's at Forest now, mate. They want him out of there, Mr. Batter. They want him out of there. Coming from work, BBK listening to big up to you, Mark Kabongo. Hope you are good. Tell us that you are good, my bro. Hope you had a good day at work as well. E-Ross can't disrespect the Allen Persis project. You know what happened to Pippen, Rodman, and Jordan getting announced to that mortgage. Absolute chills. 96 Bulls, man. That's 72-10, 72-10. The streets will never forget. The streets will never, ever, ever forget. 55 million small potatoes nowadays. Yeah, so we paid that. We paid 55 million pounds for Gyokeres. That's a steal. That's 10 million pounds than we paid for Donkey Kai. Big up to 26 of you locked in the building, people. I got 26 watching. We got 24 lights. Appreciate that. That is great. That is great. That's why you are legends, you know. That's why man like E. Ross has his own musical intro. Who needs Idris Elba in the new James Bond? We got nothing out of AK Agent 007. Bang, bang, bang. Now we're gonna see many. And you know what's crazy, Dr. Seymour Butts? Not even Madueke. Like 2 weeks ago, we get linked to Mascara, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm scrolling through YouTube so I can find my, you know, my brother's content to watch. Because I don't watch the big channels like that. I really watch man like views. I watch Shane, Aaron, and all these men. And I'm scrolling and I see Mascara best one-on-one, and there's a 14-minute collab or collage, whatever they call it, YouTube video of Mascara's one-on-one. Like, how do these men move that quickly? Like, we were just linked to him at noon, and at 1 o'clock there's a compilation. Is what I meant to say. A compilation of his one-on-ones. Like, yeah, our fans, you know, exactly who cuts the pitch. That being good as a comedian, you know. This LFC Monster, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with the question, Newcastle Isak, but never fully expect the signing this summer. Next summer, different, yeah. Now, I think, if Ekatike bangs, then, you know, you move on, isn't it? But I do think if he flops this season, next season, bang, they'll come back in for Isak. Unless he goes to Barcelona when Lewandowski retired. The Lewandowski is about 800 years old right now. What a fucking team that was in 96, Dr. Seymour Butts. To be compared to their on-court lineup was priceless. Yeah, that team, man. That team, just the fear that they would put. Big up to the 10 teams that beat him that year. that was their trophy. If the manager was on game show and they asked him not to pick between door number 1, ask him to pick between door number 1 and door number 2, door number 3, he would pick the emergency exit. Big up to DX Gunner. That is the comment of the day. I'm going to start that one right there, man. No emergency exit. Kind of like how he read at that interview. I forgot what game that was. When they asked him, why didn't you sign a striker? Man just bolted out of there. Man did a Usain Bolt and just lift up. My goodness. Martinelli's stats are superior or on par with most of the targets linked. He is young. Maybe Hines can coach more consistent performances from him. Geeks, I actually think Martinelli has peaked. I think that 23 season was the best that we'll see of Martinelli. I don't think Martinelli will be that guy that's giving you more than 15, 16 goals. I just don't. Josh Crunk. And if he needs to go to make room for Eze and or Rodrygo, thank you for your service. I'm moving on. You know, you're not a papa. You're on 180K a week. He'll be just fine. Big up to him. Thank him for everything that he's done for us. Josh Kroenke has given Arteta carte blanche. Berta was brought in to get the players Arteta wanted. I think he was brought in to get the players Arteta doesn't want. I think Berta was brought in to get the players that Arsenal need, whether Arteta wants them or not. Because I think we can all make the case that he wanted Sesko. But he's going to get Gyokeres. Big up to Miss Melina. Hope you are well. Hope you are well. For real, for real. Making a bid and signing him, 2 different things. Yeah. Making a bid rejected. Another bid rejected. Serious talk, personal terms. And then it just goes. And it just goes. It's just a mad one. Absolute mad one. Big up to True Guna, man. Big up to True Guna every time I see you. Mr. Barrett. They all wouldn't put it past Hughes and Edwards to bring in Isak and Ekatike would be moving this summer. I mean, hey, if when Mo Salah eventually goes and Onslaught decides to go to a 3-5-2 or 4-4-2 and it's Ekatike and Isak, and I'm pretty sure Liverpool fans will love that too. Big up to Gary from Don't Waste the Trip. And there's the link for the Latvian Guna people. I think Latvian Guna is on today at 8 p.m. I think you are. But big up to you. 8 p.m. UK time. Gary getting his love. When we win, man, gotta say some very, very strong language. Very, very strong language. When we win. When we win the league, we'll be here to celebrate. You damn right we will. Nothing will surprise us more than when we lift the trophy next season. But I want to be at match week 35 with the game in our hands. I do not want to get to match week 35 with waiting on City to drop points, waiting on Liverpool to drop points, because we've proven that we can't do that over the years. We have to come out strong. So if we give ourselves the best chance in match week 35, 36, we have 3 games and we're in control and we have it in our own hands, then I'm calm. Then I'm happy. Big up to all 84 y'all watching, people. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe if you're new, and big up to True Gooner TV. Big up to Jason Gooner TV. I didn't end my stream. I didn't know what happened. I wasn't meant to be on the marathon. Yeah, bro. I thought you was just doing the Mazza. But it's all love, man. I'm sure your watch hours went up. Crazy. But big up to you, bro. Next time I see it go that long, I'll send you a message and tell you to stop it. Mr. Batter said, good chance. I think Isak will be cheaper with another year off his contract, though. Sweden won't do that much in the World Cup as usual. Yeah, I mean, what you mean, man? Sweden, they got Isak, they got Elanga. They might cook. Sweden might actually cook this World Cup. Who knows? Because, we've seen this Club World Cup. We've seen teams like Al Hilal knock out Manchester City. Depending on the draw that they get, we can see them make a good run. We've seen Switzerland. We've seen some other weird teams in the World Cup to make crazy runs, Crazy runs. Big up to boy Ted again, said, man, just talking about the sun, the moon, and the planets aligning. We need galaxies to align. The entire section of the universe, fuck it. The multiverse needs to align in the 14th dimension. Yeah, we need all that to happen. But you know what, boy Ted, we could just change the manager and give ourselves a better shot, didn't it? We could just do that. But that's what needs to happen. We need all of this needs to happen for us to get the best shot. Because yesterday on Don't Waste the Trip, I heard there was a back and forth between Rich 99 and the gentleman that was on the panel. And he asked him, hey man, what if he doesn't win anything that next year? Should he be sacked? And the goalpost just kept getting moved. Man was like, well, what if he gets 101 points and don't win the league? Now, what is the likelihood of that actually happening? Instead of just saying, yes, if he doesn't win anything, he should be sacked. They will not want to be held to account that if we don't win something next year, that he should go. They don't. So what they do is they just keep moving the goalposts and saying, well, what if this happens and that? What is his best point total was 89 points 2 years ago. So he's never even hit 90 points in his best year, but we're meant to believe that he can get 102 points and not win the league. The Liverpool fans in the chat, LFC Monster and these men, we've seen these men put 97 points on the board and not win the league. 92 points on the board and not win the league. They didn't cry about it. They went on and made additions and picked up other trophies while they're at it. And now they're picking up Premier Leagues. Just walked it. Big up to Miss Melina. Again, bigging up Jason. Dr. Seymour Butts. Eros, you're my friend, our composite pantheon of legends. Never forget it. The modern day Shakespeare that he is, this guy, Dr. Seymour Butts, There's always next season. There's always next season. Big up to Chanzo. I see you in the chat, my bro. There's always next season. I'm the dawn. And I will line my pockets with all the money that I get for promoting the club and perpetuating their lies. Just like Brother View said. Big up to E. Ross. Say 29 likes, 24 people in the building. Big up to you, bro. Big up to E. Ross, man. Big up to you every single time. Mr. Batter say next summer the likes of Bayern and PSG will get involved. It would be a full bidding war. Also, he'll be 27. Not sure if it fits our model. It fits. Like Harry Kane was sold at 30, wasn't he? I think Harry Kane was 30, 31. They were thereabouts. Don't quote me directly. If there's any Spurs fan in the chat, big up to the raid. I feel some of you stayed, some of you went. Got it. Appreciate you. 66 of you still locked in. But yeah, I think at 27, like Gyokeres is 27, Mr. Batty. He's not 37. We can't tell ourselves that we're that 27 for a striker is old now. Because if you get him at 27, you keep him till 31. You put him on a 4-year deal. I think that would be the compromise. You don't put him on a 3-year deal, a 5-year deal at 27. You put him on a 4-year deal, possibly a 3-year deal with a 4th-year option. And then you get 4 years, you get a Champions League and possibly 2 Premier Leagues out of it. I think that's worth it. I think that is well worth it, my bro. Basically, Guna getting this salute bigged up. I hear it. Endo says, Mr. Matt, have you heard that Curtis Shaw visiting Singapore for the preseason tour? No, I know Curtis was here in the States last year for this tour. When I lived in Germany, a lot of them men did come to Germany for the preseason tour kicking off. But yeah, I think they came to the States the past 2 years, and they don't want to get hung up on coming to the States all the time because they want to grow the fan base and do other things around the world. But I would have been thrilled if they had came here this year, because I hopefully some of the men that would have came over and I would have got to meet some of you legends. But next year when the World Cup, you men have no excuse. The World Cup is here in these United States, so bring y'all asses over. The craziest thing on the internet, Miss Millionaire, I ain't arguing when you say something no more. What I missed? There's something going on in the chat. Not really, just Arsenal go see the Women's Academy games too. Okay, yeah, the women actually win, innit? The women actually win. Big up to the chat. But Ron Harper, bro. Ron Harper was the missing one. Cool coach. Yeah, that team was. Ron Harper was the point guard. And Steve Kerr was 96. Yeah, that 96 team, man. That you ain't doing a Harper Bulls Longley. That Luke Longley. Killers, man. Absolute. Aaron Martin said, we ain't winning shit, bro. 20 years ain't winning shit. That damn KG and that damn X, they had that song written, ready to troll us back in 24. But now the title is gone. Oh, my days. Yeah, Steve Kerr was the point. Mr. Triple Threat. Liverpool sent people to America to speak to Rodrygo's agent. Talks have now started with Real Madrid. Uh-oh. Look out. Look out. We are in trouble. It's going to be trouble. Somehow I'm open, because we can't really pull it. If Liverpool is going for him, we can't really pull him, right? Unless we can guarantee him playing time. Because is Rodrygo guaranteed playing time at Liverpool? Is he? You have Jota. Oh, Jesus. You have Gakpo. Jota is on our minds, isn't it? Because he is just that clinical. But you have Gakpo. And you have Diaz. Two players who play well there. Now, Diaz was dragged out of his position because he had to play false nine because Darwin Núñez is absolute dross. But I think Gakpo is good, man. I think Gakpo is really, really good. What a guy. So we'd have to completely let Trossard go and play him over Martinelli. Yeah, I'm sure play him over Madueke. But the Madueke signing tells me that. Even though I've showed the stats that he is dead on the left wing, 007 extraordinaire, there is enough people saying that he's going to start on our left wing that I have to listen to it. I don't have to believe it, but I do have to listen to it. Someone brought up a great point. It's astonishing that whose names rhyme with Brickell for Arteta. Who would want Meduki after that massive grade bust up on the pitch with the PK argument? Yeah. So with anyone else, right? You remember with Ivan Toney. You remember with who else were linked with that had a bad attitude? It was Ivan Toney and another player. But we have players in the squad that had bad attitudes. Hala, Guendouzi, Aubameyang, and all these men. That was poor attitude from Madueke over that PK. Remember that? Because that game, I think Chelsea was up by like 3-4 goals. They were fighting over the pen. The next time they got a pen, it was actually a pressure penalty. That the game was tied or they were behind for an equalizer. None of them fought for it then because there was actually pressure on it. Like, someone in the Gooniverse pushed for this, people. Someone in the Gooniverse actually wanted Madueke to come to Arsenal. Now, when he holds up the shirt, he has my full support. But until then, I'm going to continue to hammer home that I don't think that's the right move for us to make. I got a sneaky feeling Rodrygo will sign whether Diaz stays or goes and works out the logistics of how to play them later in training. Wow. Damn. I mean, that'll be a hell of a that'll be a hell of a move by Liverpool. Now that's depth. That's quality depth. And with the way that Man City have bolstered their squad, Liverpool are looking at Man City. They're not looking at us. I think if we sign Eze and a Rodrygo, then Liverpool will look at us. But if Liverpool add Rodrygo to their squad, they're completely looking past us. They're looking nowhere near us. They're looking. We have the Premier League title. We took it from City. City is coming back for it. we're going to protect it. We're not looking at the nearly net. They're not looking at us one bit. 98 Bulls were the best. Now, I think that 96 team was that 96 team was better than that that you see that Golden State Kevin Durant and Steph Curry team that was sweeping everyone. But that was 3 first ballot Hall of Famers. That 96 team was you see that list. It was 2 Hall of Famers on there. Only one was a pure scorer. Diaz bench Rodrygo starting left wing. Diaz is 29. Okay, I hear it. Apparently, Wisak wants to reunite with Frank at Spurs. Wow, that's another good one. Spurs would have a hell of a window on us. It would, didn't it? Spurs would have a hell of a window on Arsenal. So that would be Kudus, Wissa, possibly Morgan Gibbs-White. They still have Madison, still have Kulusevski, Lanky, Tell. We may not be able to go to White Hart Lane and turn them over as easily as we've done the past couple of seasons if we don't get this right. Explain me how I support all Blunderman's teams. Arsenal, Bulls, Ferrari, and in F1. Wow, that is crazy. Well, come on over to the New York Knicks, Latvian Guna. We're primed to win now as well. We are primed to win now. We'll see how it goes. Mr. Batter said the Ekatike pivot so quick. Let me know Liverpool got some positive indications from Rodrygo camp. News today further cements that. Happy if it's true. Ecstatic, actually. And you know what? I can't even just summarily dismiss Mr. Batter because everything that he's pretty much said over the past couple of weeks and months have been right. He's been spot on for most of his predictions. Mr. Batter might be an under a low-key ITK, you know. That might be a low-key ITK and just be in here playing with us, seeing what we say, see if we actually know anything. It's a mad one. Yep. Apparently, we've talked to Rodrygo and Real Madrid in New York, so maybe it will be those talks that made Ekatike to become our striker of choice. Well, I'm already shitting the bed about Liverpool, but hey, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We can go because if Rodrygo goes to Liverpool, what other left winger is out there that's worth their salt? What other left winger is out there that's good? That's a needle mover. Because the left wing market in the world right now isn't really top notch, is it? It's Kvaratskhelia, you know, it's Vinicius, and it's this guy. You know, it's this guy. BBK, elaborate a bit then on that one-on-one compilation you saw of Mascara if you watched it. Does he look like a market opportunity? Oh, it looked good, but that's what I'm saying. These compilations, I can put a compilation and make Mustafi look good. I could. There is enough data out there between him playing for us and was it Valencia? Even when he went back to Germany, there's enough out there to make it look good. But I think he's a decent player, and if we're going into a FL Cup or the EFL Cup or FA Cup game with him next to Gabriel, I'm calm. You know, he's better than Holding. I know that's a very low bar, but he is better than Rob Holding. Big up to all the people who came over from Top Saint, Top's Raid. Just trying to catch up on some of the comments here. Rodrygo not letting game time at Liverpool, huh? That's a rhetorical question or something. Is Arne Slot one of those guys like Klopp who's just, hey, I won the league with this guy, I'm going to be loyal to him? I'm not saying he won't play, but I'm not going to act like that Gakpo is just chopped liver. I actually rate him. He contributed in a lot of close games last year. He came up big for Liverpool. There was a lot of times Liverpool needed an equalizer. Salah wasn't having the best game, and bang, here comes Rodrygo. Rodrygo will compete with Gakpo, likely bench Gakpo. But if there's a right when Salah goes to AFCON, and that works as well. That works as well. So sudden, I still remember him always scoring against us. Yeah, right? I seen him beat down Ramsdale at the near post. I think it was one of the cup games. Rodrygo benches everyone on that left wing. Yeah. That's what you do when you're one of the best top 5 wingers in the world. Because you see me, I was just struggling to name top 5 more wingers. Vinicius, him, Kvaratskhelia, then who? You know, what do we? You know, he is a needle mover, man. He is a absolute needle mover. And if Arsenal Football Club is worth a damn, you know, you owe it to your fans to get at least another world-class player or a world-class player in your squad. We're building a squad that will be competitive between the players to drive their levels up and really go for the league. But that's the thing. But LFC Monster, I thought you had a good enough team to win the league this year, to compete in the Champions League this year. You just came up against PSG early because the league was wrapped up by match week 33. Now, how many times you seen in the Premier League team have the league wrapped up where you could have even rotated and rested players in the run in the Premier League, put all your big hitters in the champs. You know, PSG, it was just their year. It was destined for them. And then they ran up in Chelsea and just turned into shit. You should win the league easy. I think Slot is building for the UCL win. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Smash the likes, people. We nearly got 60 legends in the building. Well done, Mr. Barrett. Appreciate that. Darren, Slot is the manager who learns from his mistakes, and the summer window shows how serious he wants to be. I would say we go into next season as the favorites, but Slot still got to make it click. I mean, if he just inserts verts and it doesn't click, take him out. Take him out. Forget his price tag. You don't have to play him. You don't have to play him. You had a team that was good enough to win the Premier League last season, and you play those guys. You know? Yeah. I said, luckily I know nothing about American sports. Yeah, I mean, NBA basketball is big. You know, that man are trying to put the NFL even in Germany now. When I was in Germany, the NFL was starting to play NFL games in the Bayern Munich stadium, which is a mad one. You know, so I'm Aikite, there's another thousands of fans a mile away from the UK and Asia. But you know, you aggregate information very well because you don't have to have all the information to make an informed decision. You know, me as a military man, I can look at certain things and make certain assumptions, right? So, for example, if an adversary army, their fuel allocation for a month is 300,000 gallons, and all of a sudden, you know, in the 4th month, I see them order 3 million gallons. I'm like, okay, I can make an assumption. Either they're about to do a massive training exercise or they're about to invade some shit. Or the ammunition allocation. If their training ammunition for the month is 1 million rounds in January, 1 million rounds in February, 1 million rounds in March, and April comes around and you order 100 million rounds. I'm like, okay, they're about to go invade some shit, and I have to react to that, right? So you don't have to have all the information. You aggregate enough, and you can always make an informed decision. Kvaratskhelia likely to remain at PSG. PSG are holding on to their players right now. A lot of their players aren't going anywhere. Don't let that one bad offense against Chelsea make you think that PSG are shit. Yildiz, Fofana, and Nusa maybe aren't needle raisers, but they're better than what we had and not as costly as Madueke. Now they're gonna come for us, you know, Dr. Schema Bus. Like whenever we see whenever Madueke scores a goal, they're gonna come for you and me and everyone who said, you see, you didn't want him. Even if it's a charity penalty. A charity penalty. Like we gave Havertz against Bournemouth a couple of years ago, and he shamelessly. He didn't. To be fair to him, he didn't want to celebrate, but everyone gathered around him and made him celebrate a charity penalty when we were up 3-0. Oh, my days. Big up to Netweed09. I'm a few thousand meters away from the Emirates. Need gyokeres to be on watch soon. What a view! What a view! Big up Netweed. I have walked past your house many times going to that stadium. Sometimes I watched us win. Sometimes I watched us lose. I'd a token taken Chelsea scrub, bro. No window complete without it. So next year, Darren, make sure we're getting ready for here we go for Dewsbury Hall. Oh my days. The football in general is a major problem in the level of quality. When growing up in the 90s, 2000, there was quality everywhere you looked. Even Kevin Phillips won a Euro Golden Boot at Sunderland. So that's the thing, right? And when I was growing up, I would tell people there was never a world-class debate. We knew who the world-class players were. Now we have actual debates on who the world-class players are because we have a lot of really good players. And the fact that you have to debate the guy is world-class or not suggests to me that he isn't. Because there was no debate on R9 and Rivaldo and all these, man, Romario, none of them. Gakpo carried Salah. Gakpo and Salah carried them most of the season. Gakpo just tailed off at the end of the season when he was injured. Yeah, I think Gakpo is a good player, man. He's a good player. He has more end product than Diaz. I think Diaz gives you more dribbling, more cutbacks, more this and that, more likely to put a man on his ass. But Gakpo, when he does get by his man, is more likely to put the ball in the net. Sadly, it will have to be Eze. That deal is 10 times easier than Rodrygo. It could be even more sad than that net read. It could just be Madueke. Because the Madueke deal was so easy, it's already done. Like, what stage is the Eze deal in right now? Because it's still the same buzzwords linked with monitoring, set sights on, front runners, more likely to sign. But Madueke was bang, bang, done. Why are Liverpool fans so sensible and humble? Bruh, I'm here to tell it. Big up to him. Like, I pick these men up every single day, every single chance I get. This LFC monster, this Scants, and this Mr. Battered. Bro, them man, they just move differently, innit? And they can do that because their club enables it. Our club makes us look bitter. Arsenal make their fans look bitter and vile. And the fan base is so divided over every issue. Even if we win the league, I think there'll still be some division because you will have people on one side saying, you were negative the whole time. You can't celebrate. This is not your league title. Or you mean I dare have put standards on the club to actually win, the same win that you're celebrating. You know that? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up, man. Yeah. This is the Eagle Rising logo for, the U.S. Army Warrant Officer Corps. I'm an old geezer still, about to retire soon. Most of the regulars in the chat know. Big up, man. Hope you're well. Just subbed. I love Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan, but you're a sensible, honest Arsenal fan. Big up to Chris Welsh. Didn't know Chris Welsh was a Liverpool fan. I think I see Chris Welsh quite often in Lion, Texas chat. Yeah, but big up to you, man. Big up to another Liverpool fan. The envy of all fans right now. Every single one of us wish our club was moving like your club. Yes, Sam, a question. What do you think the rest of the reason Arsenal find it difficult to cut deals? Wages. I think wages are a big part of them. Style of play, the manager. Because I honestly believe, like, if I'm Gyokeres, if I'm Gyokeres and your agent, when you actually sit down to actually do the personal terms, you look across the league and you look at your numbers across Europe and you say, okay, this is what a striker who scores the amount of goals I score makes. It's called market value. Like in American football and basketball, if you're a wide receiver and you come up for a new contract and you've had 5,000-yard seasons, you look at what the other 1,000-yard receivers are making and you are comparable to that. Like when you sell a house, you have a 3-bedroom house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,600 square feet. This is what these homes are selling for. This is what I'm going to put mine on the market for. My services are worth this. And because Arsenal have so many bad contracts, like if you're a left back coming to Arsenal right now, you want big money because our third choice left back is on crazy money. Like Lewis Kelly has saved the club so much damn money. There's poor negotiating tactics, bad contracts existing at the club. It's a host of things. Big up to the assembly. Yeah, BBK Sports Facts from a former military man to you. Never forget about the ECAs and the OCAs. Oh, yeah. Courses of actions. Yeah, man, you had your PACE plan, isn't it? Your PACE. You got your primary, your alternate, your contingency, and your emergency. We are at full-blown emergency. Hit the panic button. Hit the panic button. We are in deep shit. The legends have just become very good, but there are more of them. Yeah, we were coming up, bro. We knew who the top dogs were. The absolute top dogs were the top dogs, and there was no going around it. Madueke signing rules you out of signing another winger. Eze is a 10, not a winger. But I want Eze in the 10, Chris. I want Eze in the 10, and I want Odegaard in the 8. And I don't think that happens under this manager. It's going to take a fresh detective looking at this cold case to solve it. Because this manager will start Kai, he will start Odegaard. These are his players. he's gonna die on that hill. We are monitoring, and then once personal terms are agreed, then there's gonna be the low ball bid from Arsenal, and then it's just jarring, man. This club and how we operate. Mr. Batter, Eze and Yuck deals could have been completed the first week of June. Freaking release clauses were always there. Shambles to drag it to July 17th. 28 days away, people. We are 28 days away from the Premier League kicking off. We are 30 days away from Old Trafford. Please, Arsenal, save us from embarrassment. Please save us from embarrassing us. Do not go into another season unprepared. I'd rather be prepared than hopeful, And if the window's shut today, we have to go to Old Trafford and hope that we get a result. Because right now, that game has 1-1 written all over it. I'd love to go there and embarrass Man United. But for some reason, when we turn up there, we make a meal of it. Now I know how United fans felt growing up and being the top team. Yeah, Now hopefully this year, in some weird way, we snatch the Premier League title from you, Mr. Bad and LSD Monster. But on paper, we say the game ain't played on paper, but the paper matters. Because right now, Gyokeres hasn't signed the damn paper. Endo Gooner, big up, says, we said that the Arteta sexual top Gooners are proof saying that empty vessels make the most noise. Yep, they are loud. They are loud, and they drown us out. Mr. Batter said, welcome, bro. Great to this time. Oh, man, big up to you, Mr. Batter. That means a lot, man. Chat here is awesome. Yeah, we do have a legendary chat. We do have a legendary chat here, man. Not gonna lie. Somehow I come in here and I get trolled and therapy at the same time. Like, these men are good enough. These Liverpool fans are good enough to slap me up in the most tactful way possible, which is a complete contrast to some of the group chats that I'm in. I'm even shocked by the way we're moving Frimpong Kirke. It's not a shot, but words. I was like, I don't normally spend that much money, for fuck's sake. And that's the thing. Like, Chris, if you agree, because I think Mr. Batter and LFC Monster have told me that LFC has wanted to move this way, but it was Jurgen Klopp that said, "No, I prefer a small squad. Let me win with this." So yeah, it's one of them ones where I think most Liverpool fans would have been comfortable going into the season with replacing the fullbacks and run it back. But that worst addition, man, was a statement. Statement signing up the summer so far. That's where the blunder man has everyone fooled. He sees Eze as a winger, while everyone sees Eze as a 10. But he knows more than us, Mr. The Assembled. He's smarter than everyone. He's smarter than everyone. He is so damn smart that he saw Havertz as a striker, and now we're still looking for a striker. While Havertz is his man. I bet he wished he had listened to us then. Exactly, BBK. Just look at the top Gooners after Real Madrid wins. So I don't even want to imagine how they act after we win something again. Yeah, it's, part of me actually feel like the energy that the fans put out there actually works against us. Because it makes fans like even Chris and Mr. Batter and LFC Monster. I'm sure these men come across some Arsenal fans on a daily basis where they be like, "Oh, I can't stand this dude." And sometimes it's very hard to separate how the fans act from the club. Because I don't love Liverpool, but it's hard for me to hate them because they're doing what I expect my team to do. I'm not gonna be upset at you for doing the right things to win. But when they have fans like this who actually, when they win and they move this way, you be like, that's how a club should move. No smugness about it. Just handle your business and go. If everyone handles their business, and August 17th, we kick off and we decided on the field. No blaming referee decisions, no blaming fixture congestions, no blaming 12:30 kickoffs, no blaming none of that shit. Just go play ball. And match week 35 comes, and we see where the chips fall. Everyone plays everyone twice. I don't want to hear shit about fixture congestions, man. Us Liverpool fans actually resonate with you guys here in the club first section of your fan base. Keep calling out the Lou, the Arteta sexuals out there. Your club is too classy to suffer. When I started seeing the rift with Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans, when we started to get close to the title, And instead of Arsenal fans being humble and saying, you know what, let's win this title and then celebrate this title, that man already started saying he has the same amount of Premier League as Jurgen Klopp. And that's when even the most humble Liverpool fans at that point was, you know what, screw you Arsenal fans. They didn't even start separating us at that point from top gooners and sensible. They just gave the giant middle finger to the entire fan base. Like, how dare you? And I did see that. In these YouTube social media spaces, there were so many damn Arsenal fans that was running that narrative. Yeah, Arteta's about to have the same amount of Premier Leagues as Jurgen Klopp. I was like, Jesus Christ. How do we separate ourselves from these people, man? Chris Welf is something we definitely got to do. Loving how it feels, though. Yeah, you man are good. Big up to the Unapologetic Podcast. Big up to you, bro. Chris Welch again says Zubi and Zucker is a good sign, and I'm confused by you going after Kepa. Welcome to the confusion, Chris. We are confused. Yep. I'm confused, man. Confused as hell. Confused as a lesbian eating a hot dog. Don't know what the hell. Kepa, you know. Norgard, Madueke, when no other club wants them. No other club wanted Havertz. And here we are. In the words of the great Trick Daddy from the 305. I'm going to take it to the house. Take it to the house. I don't know. This is the word for me. Maybe because I'm a cook. Big up to Trick. If you know, you know. I would only fear Arsenal if you had a proper manager. And I would only have chest if we had a proper manager. And because we're not going into the season prepared, I can't have chest. I can only have hope. But like I've always said, I prefer to be prepared than hopeful. BBK embarrassing their fans, it's what Arsenal do best. It's all business, apparently. Yeah, and I do empathize with my London brothers and sisters in general, North London in particular. But walking around London right now in an Arsenal kit is probably pretty depressing, isn't it? Seeing everyone, right? So you got four mates, right? Four mates. One's an Arsenal fan, one's a Tottenham fan, one's a Chelsea fan, one's a Palace fan. They all go to a bar. The Arsenal fan is the one stuck with the bill. They're playing credit card roulette. You got to pay the bill. You didn't leave with nothing. All your mates are laughing at you. It was actually the Man United game away that Arteta stormed off. Oh, okay, the 1-1, yeah. But what grind my gears is we beat PSV in the first leg 7-1, but couldn't get a result there. Yeah. Record away win. Whenever I hear PSV, it brings me back to another blunder that Arteta did. When we dominated PSV, ended the tie in the first leg pretty much. And then the second leg, Ethan Wanieri couldn't get minutes. Sterling got minutes. Mr. Batter, thanks, mate. Though classy, I don't know about that. We did some great moves in the 90s, and then a decade later, owners started to milk it. Yeah, they started to milk it. Yeah, we just need to win, man. We have to win. Will we see Havertz in the 8 soon? We better not. We better not. Like just go look at the extended highlights of the of the Palace game in the run-in in the 2023-24 season, and you just see just how uncomfortable he looks in the midfield. So uncomfortable. Unless he's a second striker with 5 midfielders behind him, he doesn't cook. What reggae mix do you have in the background? It's slightly stupid kind of tuned into it. So that is Heaven's Gate. It's an Heaven's Gate beat. This song was actually pulled, it's called Mix Up. Agent Saska. Kind of calms me down. I just have it on a loop sometimes when I get in here on my rant. When I do solo streams, when I have panels, I don't play it. But if it becomes annoying to the audience, I'll definitely turn it off. But yeah, it actually calms me down, man. I start the stream with music, I end it with music, and sometimes music throughout, because music is a big part of what I do. I actually do DJ part-time as well. I do private events. Yeah, something was not right on the Klopp. I think Klopp didn't want to spend money personally, keep Milner, Henderson for too long, and wanted Nunes. So there is something there about him being loyal to the guys. Okay, fair enough. What a coincidence, Edwards came back and we do this. Yeah. I'm big up to Netweed again. Said, well, Scully Arteta's light bulb short, short fuse, so he couldn't see Havertz anymore. Hey, oh my God! That. I'm sure he'll look back at that and be like, "What was I thinking? What an embarrassing moment!" Man, Arsenal are blaming normal things. Chris Welch again said, "Once City went out of the title race in December, I said, yeah, we are winning it. Arsenal have Arteta as manager." Wow, you called it that early, yeah? Well, Chris Welch, I'm here to tell you, I called it with you. December 8th is when I called the Premier League. December 8th, I remember the game against Fulham, 1-1. Matter of fact, I think that's the weekend you didn't even play. You had the game against Everton due to weather canceled or something. And we had a chance to make a statement against Fulham and went down 1-0 in like less than 10 minutes. So December 8th, 2024 is when I was like, yep, FA Cup or something, because we ain't winning this. We ain't winning this Premier League. The fact that Arteta has a damn song sang at him. Does Slot have a song? I don't know if he does. Trick Daddy, absolute 305 legend. He is, man. He is an absolute legend down there. They love him. The money for Kepa and Norgard VPN, Madueke equals, yeah. That's money. And these names is what we need to challenge. These are the names we need to win. The hell with the challenge. I'm tired of the challenge thing. We need to win. No, they're happy. We won in second place and got gyokeres. Yeah. I think if we had got gyokeres last year, we would have won the league. But there are no standards at the club, people. Big up to all 39 of y'all locked in. Make sure you hit the like if you haven't already, people. Hit the like if you pop in and out the stream. Thank you very much for being here. But the standards at the club are very different. Now, when I say standards, I'm not talking about your club can't have an off year. You can have an off year as a club with standards. The standards of the football club comes and reveals itself and shows how do you react to an off season. We've seen Real Madrid have bad seasons. We've seen Chelsea have bad seasons, but Roman came and put standards at that club. That's why they historically won so much over the past 20 years. The standards at the football club will reveal themselves how you react to a bad season. It will. So we've seen Chelsea finish 10th under Mourinho in 2016. They came right back and won the league in 2017. The standards is they went and got a world-class manager in Conte, went and signed the best midfielder in the world in N'Golo Conte, and they won the league. That is the standard of your football club. How do you react to a bad season? Now, the Arsenal fan base will convince themselves that last year was not a bad season. That's why we're not reacting the way a club with high standards would, because we finished second again. But to me, and anyone with eyes will tell you, not all second places are created equal. Liverpool puts 97 points on the board, second. You remember that? You think our second is not all second place finishes are created equal. They put 92 points on the board. Came up second. We put 89. That was the only proper title challenge that we put together in this Arteta run. The first 3 years of Arteta were duds, except for the FA Cup. So the past 3 seasons was actually challenging. This past season was an absolute failure. We did not challenge, and the standards of the football club are showing right now, or the lack thereof, because we aren't reacting the way that I thought we should as a club with standards, finishing 3 years in a row and not winning any of the other cups. Didn't see it. It shouldn't happen that way. So don't let people tell you that because you have standards, you can't have an off season. Like we're just supposed to be winning everything and first, and second, sack the manager. No. How do you react? And we haven't reacted pretty well. I think we've actually reacted in a dead way, in an embarrassing fashion. Where was I at in the comments? Big up to the assembled again. The Arsenal make their money stretch. Quality doesn't come into that process, in that thought process. Yeah, and that's why we have players like Reece still at the club, Fabio Vieira, Sambi. One of the reasons, because I've said on yesterday's stream or the stream before that I won't judge Bertha on these outgoings because some of these players are on such bad contracts that Bertha had nothing to do with. Nothing. So it's very difficult for him to get rid of these men. So the fact that he can get a Gyökeres over the line with the existing bad contracts while still having to get Blunderman his Madueke signing, he's actually doing a decent job. But once he gets rid of these Zinchenko's that's on 150 as a third choice left back, Reese that's on 100K as a right winger that can play, then we will see. But his incomings are literally going to be tied to some of that. It's going to be very limited. But this idea that we can't get Eze and Gyökeres, I'm not subscribing to it because every news outlet, if you go on FotMob right now, it will show you that Stan Kroenke Enterprise, KSC, is the most valuable sports enterprise in all of sports. And owners can put up to 109 million of their own money into a club every year. So there is money there to go get them. But like Mr. Batt said, they make their money stretch. They're not spending their money. They rather spend ours. Dr. Seymour, my alma mater FIU sold the football stadium naming rights to Pitbull this year. Rah! It's called Pitbull what? Pitbull Arena? Or the Pit? What did Pitbull actually name it? That is mad. That is mad. Like players, managers cannot overstay their welcome at a club. Facts. They've got a 2-year review with consequences. Facts, man. Facts. Imagine 5. Imagine 5-year reviews. Abstract failure. Like which one of our clubs, which one of these clubs will actually allow their manager to go 5 years trophyless and still not only do they protect him, not only do they protect Arteta, they prop him up. They propped him up. They sing a song for him. Super Mick Arteta. They even changed the words to make it fit with the players that he gets rid of. Oh my days. That's funny and great at the same time. Yeah, Pitbull is, the Pitbull now, the way he has rebranded himself from what he came out as back in the early 2000s. Damn it, man. That's the Pitbull that came out. Now Pitbull got his shirt tucked in, no longer thugged out, and he's doing techno music. Pitbull has done a master rebrand to take his career to a different level. LFC Monsters, our ceiling is your floor was being thrown at us by Egal of your fan base, bro. That was so cringe. That was so cringe. And that's the thing. I had to answer for that in group chats and in some streams on some panels. Yeah. That's and this is what I'm saying. This kind of shit right here will turn even the most sensible Liverpool fans against the entire Arsenal fan base, to include the ones that hold the club accountable. Because LFC Monster, I want there to be a time where I cook Liverpool. I want there to be a time, remember Arshavin came to Anfield and scored 5 goals, and that, if, say for example, that happens and we go win the trophy, I would love to cook Liverpool, but I can't, because Liverpool is doing what the hell I expect my club to do. When we weren't winning Premier Leagues, when Liverpool weren't winning Premier Leagues, picking up other shit, consistently getting to finals. But so I can't. There's no graphic that I can make about ceilings and floors and windows and none of that shit. So I just have to cook my own team until my team makes it possible for me to cook others. Can't even get rid of Reese. 100K, can't. You cannot. The Assemble said, BBK, it's unreal. Every game on the Blunderman can make a statement. He doesn't, i.e., the key match winner is mysteriously injured in training before the game. Again, the sun, the moon, and none of this stuff can align. It's a mad one. Didn't it come out that KSC have 21.5 billion in assets? Yep, I saw that. 21, the richest sports enterprise in this part of the world. I think they'll include them Saudi people because they call those like states, right? But as a private citizen, state enterprise, football, sporting enterprise, not just football, but sporting enterprise, 21 billion, which is so they can spend. I think PSR rules allow them to spend 109 million of their own money every season, not over a spread at a time. Every season they can. if my math is correct and I read that bylaw correctly. Jason Guna said, Conky is rich. Splash the cash. Yeah, they can splash the cash. Just give us one prem to start. Just give us one. You gave the Denver Nuggets the highest paid player, best player in the league, and they won the NBA title. Give us something to celebrate. Pitbull Stadium. Okay, pretty basic. Could have gone for a lot better. Like Delia, let's put Arena, Worldwide Coliseum, or Weepa Stadium. But damn it, man. But pick up the Pitbull still. He's always represented Florida well. Always. The back, like Daddy would say, shake their bum violently. Violently. Stop doing it, shake their bums violently daily for Mikhail. Facts, Mr. Bat. Good old Dusty Deji. I love that guy. He's the national treasure, bro. And Expressions, look out. Yeah, you got. I think Expressions are 300 and something thousand fans. Most of those are Arsenal fans and rivals. But that damn Deji, he is a national treasure, bro. Man took 22 losses last year and walked away with a trophy still. Crazy thing is I can't even call him Deji. He won the Deji. He won the Europa League. Mr. Baddest. We are still soul searching. But this is the year though, right? This is the year they said we must, because they are banking on seeing this something in year number 6 that we didn't see in year number 2, 3, 4, or 5. So it's coming. It is right there. It's coming. This year is our year, or the excuses are gone. It would be interesting to see KFC act if you did win the league. Would they be content with that so far, or go big in the following summer? Carry on. Nah, that'll be it. That'll be it. If they were to do something crazy, you would see us in these spaces saying, bro, this is what I've always wanted, the same way KSC are moving after we won the league and win the San Verge. That's what we will be saying. If. But that's a big if. That is a big if. But if you got the Carnival merch, they've given us that, but we have to buy it. And again, one of the reasons why I never wear none of their stuff on stream is because until we lift a trophy again, I'm not promoting this club on stream. I have all the kids. Still wear them out though. And I used to go kick about before the ACL injury. But it's what content is what they want to regress afterwards. Yep. Yeah, bro. Man won the trophy and it's the same CL. It was so shameless. Last week he was cooking our transfers versus theirs, but they have something. They have something there. And what's crazy is their European heritage is actually, the less said there, the better. Big up to Chris once again. I bet you sick of the Gyokeres news. They just saying the same thing. Closing in. Chris, I know you man got redirected over here, but this is how I started the stream. This is how I started the stream with that photo. The Gyokeres saga. Good morning, Sunshine. Fabrizio and Romano. What can we tweet about you today? To get more clicks, to get more links, to get more likes, to get more this, to get more that, to get more this, to get more that. It's just on and on and on, and it's jarring, bro. Yeah, bro, all the milk is gone. They don't milk the shit out of that cow. And yesterday I thought they would start at the transition to start to milk the Gyokeres cow, or not the Gyokeres, the cow of the Isaac and the Ekatike cow. But Liverpool moves so efficiently that cow won't drag on for months. The Zubamendi cow is all bones, it's decomposed. They milk the shit out of that one, and then can you imagine when the Eze cow starts next week? When the Eze cow starts next week, it's long. That cow was skinny as Havertz. But Havertz has transformed his body, Mr. Robo. Latvian Guna, yeah? He has transformed his body. After watching Arsenal all these years, what is your conclusion? Are Arsenal moving in the right direction? We're moving in the right direction, but it's too slow. The analogy I always say, if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We need to go far very quickly. And we can't go there with Blunderman. Like people who are saying that he's close, he's almost there, he's almost there. I tend to disagree because if I don't think you're going to take us where I think you're going to take us, if I think you'll never get there, then you're not close. You know, that was the that be a good man. You know, why does Fab look like a caricature of Obama? Now I got to go back and look at it. Oh my days, Dr. Seymour Bus. I had completely missed that. I was looking at the cow the whole time. I didn't even look at that. Oh my days. See, Chris, this is what we're talking about. This chat is legendary, you know. That cow looking like young Kate Moss. Oh Jesus. Yeah, bro. Fucking Fabrizio, they done took even what's the other one? Ben Jacobs? Even he probably jumped on the open nipple and got him some milk out of that. How Havertz. I'm sorry. Ooh, oh my days. Oh my days. God Havertz. Yeah, Kate's catching strays. Kate catches strays. Big up Beauty from Loudmouth Football. Chris, meet Ludi. Meet Beauty. Another Liverpool fan. Makes great content. But yeah, Kate catches strays. Announcement tomorrow. Nah, it's apparently medical tomorrow. So if medical tomorrow, you know, Arsenal don't work weekends. So Arsenal only works business days. So announcement probably Monday, Tuesday, when all this thing has gone out of it. Just like there was no sting in the Zubimendi announcement because Zubimendi, we were lotioning him up for 6 months. You know, it was January when we were linked with him. But Mr. Batter, man, oh my God, I said Cow Havertz. Oh my days. I almost coughed. Loudmouth Gyokeres was past his medical, but he will be injured because of the furniture. He is moving. Oh my days. Yes. This chat. Yeah, this is the thing, Chris. Sometimes I have to leave my talking points completely to the side. Because I can't let this chat get away. Big up to the tax man. The tax man is here. We don't have any money for you today, bro. Come back next year when we're linked with Dewsbury Hall. We have no money for you today. We are broke. Yeah. We'll call Daddy Kernke and see if we can line up something. But big up to Yasser TV. Hope you are well, my bro. World champion. Badge will be on your crest or your jersey for the next 4 years until 2029. Big up to you, man. Wild as hell. Coming up today right there, Mr. Barrett. Yeah. That's it. That is it. What was the competition? Let me see what the competition was. Mr. Barrett. It was EX Gunner. If the manager was on a game show and they asked him to pick between the door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3, he would pick the emergency exit. But yeah, I think, Mr. Battered. EX Gunner, I am sorry, bro. But I can get this damn thing to work. Mr. Battered has outdid you today, sir. And he has hit us with the comment of the day. I just can't find my applause button. Where the hell did it go? There we go. Mr. Battered has won the comment of the day. Cow Havertz. Oh my days. My goodness. But yeah, big up to every single one of you, man. Big up to Static coming through. There's the Yasser Link people, the tax man. We have to pay our taxes. Arsenal pay their taxes to Yasser by taking their shit players and giving them money. We can pay our taxes to Yasser by subscribing to the channel. 33 likes at Static. Big up, man. Big up to everyone who passed through. The ex-gunner gracefully awarding the comment of the day to the assembled. Mr. Batter, you being asked if you have children, sir. Gabrielle has to be kept away from Gyokeres. Hey, yeah. Don't be falling on people, man. Don't be Gabrielle, just karma. Tranquilo. Calm it down. Yeah, don't hurt anyone, Mr. Bat. Well, don't have any. If you don't have any, don't have any, bro. They will milk you dry, just like that cow. Yeah, that's a hell of a dad joke. Yeah, yeah, you have cubs, bro. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna milk you dry of all your resources and your energy. You know, big up to you, man. Big up to you. What a legendary chat. I normally try to keep the damn shows under an hour and a half, but the chat wins. The chat leads. The chat wins. But people, big up to all 34. You still locked in. You all know I'm still recovering. Trying to go do some more therapy. Big up to every single one of you, man. Big up to every single one of you. I think Ross is still in the building. So
Maybach music.
I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover. Every day I'm hustling. Who you sucker?
Maybach music.
Follow me. I'm so sophisticated to get a verse from me.
Maybach music.
big up, people. That's how we'll sign out of the show today. Bigging up our legendary mod, Ross, the boss of all the YouTube chats. Big up to Static, big up to the Latvian Guna, big up to Stabat, big up to all the new people who came through here and showed some love. Make sure you're hitting the like on the video as you head out of here, people. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are